Hello everyone and welcome to tonight's stream. So sorry we're a little bit later than normal here, but we are here now. So basically if you're new here, looks like we've already got 4 people online. So let me start by saying huge thank you to everybody who has shown up, and I've seen a few people waiting, talked to a few people here in chat before we started live. Huge thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel and all of that. So definitely really cool to be back here and you know, doing some streams and all that. But yes, Low Roller, we're back here. So definitely cool. I appreciate everybody who was hanging out waiting for the stream to start. But if you have anything you guys want to talk about, as always, you know, feel free to leave a live chat. You know, depending on how busy it gets, usually we can get to everybody's questions, but we do also have the super chats and the channel memberships if you're looking to support the channel a little further. Any support's greatly appreciated. So, of course, we're starting here on the Coin360 cryptocurrency heat map, and there's actually a lot of red today. Now, I will start off by saying, you know, I'm a little disappointed that it's red because yesterday was such a good day, and today, you know, not really a bad day, but bad compared to yesterday. So, you know, Bitcoin, of course, right around 43,000, just above, and Ethereum just under $3,000, and Doge 23.5 cents, Ripple 77.5 cents. So, still a lot of really strong prices compared to this time last week. You know, Bitcoin's up, you know, $5,000–6,000 compared to last week, and $10,000 compared to just a few days before that. So definitely super cool to see things going back up again. But let's head over to TradingView, because I know Mike, I saw your chat. Welcome. I know Mike likes to see the chart analysis here, and hey, you know, that's definitely always cool. I actually have a video on the Bitcoin charts coming tomorrow. So you know, what's really cool here, excuse me, is we can see that it looks like Bitcoin has created a new support level right here. You know, we got the 30,000 support level, which is, of course, this line here. Let's see, Bitcoin USD. Let's head over to the 1 hour chart. So you can see this was the support level that we were at just for the last, you know, little while here. Overall, the, you know, the charts and, what am I trying to say here? The Bitcoin price was right around the $30,000 to $32,000 range for the longest time. We kind of fell through it a few times, kind of just hung out around there, and now what we have is a newer support level that I'm thinking is right around this $37,000 limit here, $37,000 if my line was a little bit straighter, which is this peak here, and you could see it started to come down this way a little bit more, and we could even make an argument that if we put a line right here, that this is actually an even more secure support line, right around the $37,600 range, where we saw we bounced off of it here, didn't quite get all the way down, bounced off of it here yesterday around 8 a.m. and then again here, which was not yesterday, that was a few days ago, but then again here on August 5th, we kind of got close to that again, and this is on the hour chart. So you know, that's really cool to see that. Hopefully, if we, you know, don't create another support line up here, which, hey, that's what this might be here, right around the $40,000 range, you know, hopefully it's the $37,500 support, which is still not as high as we were just a few months ago, but better than where we have been, you know, in the 30 to 32,000 range. So seeing it start to come up like that is really nice. And if you watch the video tomorrow, you'll hear me say this again, but I think that we have a lot of potential to see Bitcoin head back up towards those all-time highs to test those limits again. But I don't think it's going to be something where you see it go up, you know, 50% in a night. You know, you go to sleep and it's right around the $43,000 range. I don't think we're ever going to see, you know, you wake up the next morning, 12 hours, 14 hours later, and you see, well, Bitcoin was $40,000, now it's $80,000. You know, I don't think we're going to see it double overnight. It's going to be gradual, maybe $5,000 one day, it falls off and kind of trades sideways for a week, comes back up slowly, and then it does that again over and over, and we kind of see these, you know, jumps where it, you know, was right around the 34,000, up 38, all the way up to 40, and then it fell back down to 36. Kind of started to slowly come back up, test it, break through a little bit, and then fall off and right back up again. I think that's what we're going to see back towards the $64,000 range. Low Roller, I saw your comment there. I was busy yesterday. I was actually out of town, so I was not able to do a live stream. So, we don't really have any set days on live streams. It's just kind of whenever I get some time. Right now I'm hoping here in a few weeks we can kind of set a good live stream date that will happen, once a week. But right now, just with my schedule, I've been kind of all over. So it's just whenever I get some time for live streams, which is, not always the best, but that's kind of how it is right now. But I see we have 5 people online right now, so if anybody has anything they want to talk about cryptocurrency wise, technology wise, or just financial wise, make sure to leave a live chat. Thank you to everyone who's shown up today. Definitely really cool to continue doing the live streams and keeping everybody up to date and helping new people learn about how to make money online with crypto. So I'm thinking we're definitely going to start to see some new all-time highs here in the future for Bitcoin and a lot of these cryptocurrencies over here on the I'm hoping to see a lot more green in the next coming days and weeks on this site. We could start seeing, if Bitcoin starts going back up, we could easily start seeing Dogecoin and Ethereum hitting new all-time highs and stuff like that. But something that I kind of want to touch on here a little bit, going over to Etherscan, I'm not sure if everybody here saw the video I did a few days ago. I kind of want to touch on the EIP 1559 release. Salvador, welcome. Nice to see you here. You said you got your coin deployed recently. What's the coin ticker, and where can I find it? I'd definitely like to take a look at it and see what it's all about. The EIP 1559 was released, and I saw that Ethereum has been burning about $8,000 a minute in Ethereum. So that is a ton of Ethereum that's being burned. So definitely, something that was, very controversial as it was coming up. EIP 1559 burnt fees, 15,691.41 Ethereum, which is equivalent to $46 million, has been burned from the Ethereum coin supply, which is a crazy amount of number, crazy number here on this chain. That's a ton of money that's been burned, and I think that was really what sparked the initial little bit of a run here, because I see Low Roller, you said, yeah, crypto's down since it went up yesterday. I completely understand. Right now it's down a little bit, from where it was, but if we pull up the regular coin market cap here, you can see that we're still up 9% on Bitcoin for the week, 16 for Ethereum, 14 for Doge. Litecoin here, 5%. So definitely not the worst thing to see some red right now. Not completely out of the blue. That definitely makes sense. So, I think EIP 1559's deployment had a lot to do with Ethereum starting to go up, and of course Bitcoin, and as it continues to burn, we have 117 million Ethereum coins, but roughly 2 Ethereum are being burned every minute, so that's going to decrease very, very quickly. So I think that the EIP 1559 in the long run will be a good move, and I did a video on the channel talking about how to break down the fees and how it is actually about 25 to 30% of the block is being burned, which is not terrible, and that's in fees. So it's not terrible. As a miner, of course I didn't want to see this, but I think in the long run, you're going to end up making the same amount in dollars, because I think the price of Ethereum is going to start going up really nicely. I think we could easily see 10,000 plus Ethereum by the end of 2021. But Salvador, you said it was Smile on MintMe. I definitely remember talking to you about this, because I've seen, Smile pop up before. Oh, is MintMe not working right now? Let's see here. MintMe. I know it's blockchain crowdfunding program. Yeah, let's try clicking log in. There we go. So yeah, everybody go check out... Well, it would help if I could spell it. Go check out Smilecoin here on MintMe. Definitely really cool, because I know I talked to Salvador here about it a little while ago. All right, MintMe, you are not making this easy. All right, site's running a little slow here, so let's get this. Okay, there we go. All right, typing apparently is hard today. So search. I know I've seen it before, and I know I've talked to you about it. Here it is, Smile on MintMe. So everybody, you know, go check out Smile, because, you know, Salvador, he's been on the channel here for a while, talking about it. And if you're not familiar with what MintMe is a site that allows you to start trading in cryptocurrencies, start your own cryptocurrency and stuff like that. And it's all free, and then you can promote your cryptocurrency here on the site and eventually get it on their blockchain. You know, it initially starts for free. You just create it, and it's on their exchange. You have to buy MintMe coins, and then you can trade other coins. You know, there's a Bitcoin Tips coin out there, and of course there's Salvador's coin Smile here. Definitely a super cool, you know, site that that you can use and earn money and promote your brand through cryptocurrency without having to go through a lot of the programming of creating a traditional cryptocurrency. So, oh, okay, Salvador. Yeah, I'll have to sign in on a different tab here. I'm on a private tab, so it doesn't remember my passwords or anything, but yeah, I can grab my address and put it in there, and then, yeah, I can definitely do a video on your coin and everything, just kind of giving it a little bit of a shout-out to hopefully bring some attention to your brand, because I know you're a big supporter here on the channel, which definitely is always great to see. Here on the channel, so I definitely want to give back to, you know, my supporters and help out their projects and everything here on, you know, sites like MintMe and sites not like MintMe, whether it's, you know, a site like this or something else. But it's always nice to kind of help everybody out in the cryptocurrency community. So let's see here. Low Roller, you said crypto regulations, tax issues can cause the crash of crypto. You know, I believe I've said it here before on the channel. I don't know if I have or not, but I fully believe that cryptocurrency has the potential to, you know, really take over and do a lot of good things all around the world. But the only thing that I think will kill cryptocurrency completely is going to be governments being very strict about it and not, you know, allowing people to use cryptocurrency overall. You know, that I think is going to be what's going to kill crypto in the end. So, you know, it is what it is. We'll have to wait and see. You know, there isn't going to be too much that you can do. I sincerely hope that either they don't try to, or, you know, if they do and, you know, they don't get very far with it, you know, that's all I can really hope for. But you know, we'll have to see what happens with it. But Low Roller, I did not get the free Space Jams NFT. I did not. I haven't done much with NFTs. I looked into them when they were really popular, and then I just haven't done too much with them since. But, Salvador, I'm trying to find the address information here. It's a little hard to talk and do the stream here and then find this. But I'll get that to you here eventually. But let's see here. As above, so below said, I created a coin on BCS for fun, but getting it known is also very interesting. Yeah. You know, getting your coin out there, I've created a few coins, of course, through MintMe, as well as on the... You know, I did a little tutorial on making a real cryptocurrency that was basically forked off of Litecoin. You use the Litecoin source code and the QT wallet and all that. You know, marketing the coin is really hard. And you got to have a really good use case idea. You know, back when cryptocurrency, you know, back in 2010 to, you know, even 2015, 2016, you could make a cryptocurrency. And of course, at that time, you had to do it all code. You could make one and it would do relatively okay, but you had to market it, and cryptocurrencies back then would do okay without a huge goal behind them, but now you have to have a really good use case behind it, or it's really not going to go anywhere because people are going to think it's a scam. And that's kind of unfortunate because so many people have been scammed by coins that appear and claim to be really good and then disappear in a month or 6 weeks or something. So you got to be pretty proactive about it, plus have a good marketing strategy. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting one. But Low Roller said, don't pull rug pull like up should. I'm not sure what that one means. Mike said, thanks for the chart analysis. How long do you think we have left to mine Ethereum? I still think it's going to be well into 2022, possibly 2023, before mining Ethereum is completely gone. Now, Ethereum has been delayed on their releases quite a bit. I could be wrong about that. Maybe they'll stay on track with this one, but we've seen a lot of pushbacks on Ethereum updates and stuff like that. So I think the ETH 2.0 official, where there's no more mining, I think we still have probably a year or more before that officially becomes a thing. Now, I could be wrong with that. That's just my prediction. And then again, as above, so below said, I didn't sell my token. I put some in PancakeSwap to test and bought it and moved it to a trust wallet, but it's only for testing and learning. Hey, everyone's got to start somewhere. Maybe today you're just, putting it on PancakeSwap and selling and buying it and moving it around. But hey, maybe in a few months or a year or so, you're creating one that's getting tons of followers and on tons of exchanges and swaps and stuff. Everybody's got to start somewhere, and if you are really interested in the blockchain development and cryptocurrency development behind it, there's a lot of money to be made if you get a good team together and really help everybody and get it going. So definitely a lot of different ways to go with the cryptocurrency universe, of course. So, definitely cool to see, someone's making a coin. And if you ever get any further with it and need some shout outs, make sure to let me know either in the Discord or comment on some videos with some information on, where I can find information about the coin. I'd be happy to support, same with what I said to Salvador. It's always nice to give back to the community that follows me here on YouTube. But Hazam, nice to see you here. Nice to see you. And then Low Roller said, you see Oscar Mayer sold physical hot dog packages. It sold $15,000 on eBay. And then yes, rug pull is an exit scam. I must have misread the thing there. I wasn't sure what you meant originally, but yeah. And then as above, so below said, yeah, it would be cool to make some kind of platform or faucet just to have a easy to get token for entry to crypto. And that's really cool as well. If you can create a coin that's easy to use but also up to date, that's a really good starting spot for people in cryptocurrency, because that's, I think, one of the biggest things is coming in and seeing all of the coins that you could possibly grab and play with and purchase and exchange and all that can be very daunting to new people in cryptocurrency, whereas people after learning about it and seeing how it works, really, whether you're trading a coin that's more traditional like Litecoin or Dogecoin, or you're trading some newer coins that are like ERC20 tokens, it's more or less going to be the same principles behind it. Maybe your wallet's an extension in Chrome or Firefox instead of an app on your desktop, but it ends up being the same thing. So yeah, a newer, more up-to-date, fun cryptocurrency where, hey, I messed up and I lost 10,000 coins. Well, that's not that big of a deal. It's not too expensive. I think if you were able to get a coin like that where it's, meant for fun, never meant to get any value, and then maybe have a partner coin with it that's part of the same project but is meant to have value. Learn crypto, play with this one, and then actually invest and make money with this one. That could be a cool idea. I've done a little bit of the programming with crypto, but never really got into it. I'm not a huge fan of programming overall, but still a really cool and necessary side of cryptocurrency. Low Roller, you said ETC will take over Ethereum mining. ETC could be a good long-term investment. And then, that's a really good point too. There's going to be another coin and another algorithm that's going to take over the spot of Ethereum, because when Ethereum 2.0 comes out and it's, fully POS, no more POW, there's going to be another coin that takes over, whether that's, the Kapow algorithm mining Raven coin, because I know that right now is right around the next most profitable in fiat currency to mine, with most new hardware. That might take over, or we might see, very well could see Ethereum Cash or Ethereum Classic, take over. But Kevin's Crypto Tips, welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you here. It's nice to see some new names here. As above, so below. It's nice to see you here. Welcome to the stream. And, we try and do weekly live streams here to keep everybody up to date on what's going on and continue to inform people. So it's nice to see new names, and we've got a good number of people here. We've got 9 people online right now, so make sure to hit that like button to help out YouTube in recommending the stream. But it's great to have some people here and see some new names in the chat. But let's see, as above so below said, the thing I didn't understand though is how much liquidity do I need to make a token good for people, like, I don't know, some kind of faucet site or something. That would be kind of, I would say that's something you'd probably have to come up with on your own. And I think if you're doing a cryptocurrency that you go into it thinking, all right, I'm going to make this coin and I am prepared for it to never really have any value. It's just a for fun coin. Like I said, if you lose some, it's not the end of the world. Whereas, if you lost half a Bitcoin in a transaction, you're probably going to be pretty upset. If you made a bunch of them, you gave yourself a bunch, then it's, you just have to position it as this coin's never meant to go up in value. So if they see, one address with 50% of the coins, people aren't panicking thinking it's a scam. You can then say, oh, well, I've partnered with X Faucet. They can, take it and say, I donated 10 million coins to them for them to give out, maybe 100 coins every hour as an example of, this is what you would do. You go to the site, you make an account, put in your address, claim, and then you send it from the site to your wallet. And then maybe you can take it from the wallet and go back to PancakeSwap or Uniswap or wherever it's listed, and then say, okay, well, you're taking the fun coin and now you want to get rid of it. You're comfortable with cryptocurrency. It's not super valuable. There's no point in having it anymore. Well, I'll trade it to you for my more serious coin, which has value. And then at that point, market demand will determine a price. You're not going to get a ton if it's got a good value, but having an educational thing like that, because, you can watch as many videos as you want, but until you do cryptocurrency transactions and exchanges, it might still be confusing. So, that's just an idea. Feel free to take that idea if you want. I'm not sure if that's what you were aiming for or what, but I think it could be really interesting. Salvador said, don't use the MintMe address. Yeah, I'll try and grab it here. I'll see if I can grab it here and put it in the chat, but as above, so below said again, I personally love all of the tokens that are easy to get because I'm not rich to put fiat into crypto, so those are the real gems for me. I can get in without having tons of money, and that's a really good point as well, and I think that leaves a lot of good positions for people to make money in things like Shiba Inu or even BTT. BTT is, a little bit more expensive, but it's still less than a penny per coin. So you can really get a good amount of them for small investment. So, you can get over 100, you can get probably over 200 BTT for $1. So, if you threw in $10, you're getting a good amount. And if it goes up in value, you're going to make a lot more. And that's, I did a video maybe a week or so ago saying, Ethereum is not the best coin to mine. Yes, right now in the time, it is the most profitable from a fiat currency standpoint. But unless you are getting paid and immediately turning around and converting that into fiat currency, that number shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter if you're making 5 cents a day or $50 a day. If you believe in the cryptocurrency going up, that's the most important thing. And if you're mining, maybe you're mining 0.1 Ethereum a week, when you could be mining, which might be, we'll say, worth $100. That's not accurate or anything, but 0.1 is $100 a week, or maybe you could be mining $75 a week and getting 10 million Shiba Inu or something like that. If Shiba starts going up, 10 million versus 0.1 is going to be a lot more profitable, even though it was $25 less at the time. So I think that's something that a lot of people miss in mining cryptocurrency, and I think it's something I try to get across in that video, but a lot of people see the original number and say, why would I mine something less than that? So it's definitely still something that, you need to look at and kind of determine on your own if it's a risk that you want to take. So let's see here. Mike, you said, I think we were on Mike's comment here. Ethereum rewards have recently gone down due to EIP 1559. Since this might get some miners to switch to a different coin, doesn't this make Ethereum network less secure? That's a really good point, because there was actually a meeting with the Ethereum developers at one point a few months ago where basically they said, the mining community on Ethereum got together. I think it was supposed to be April 1st. Is what it was, sometime in April, that everybody was supposed to switch their miner over to, what was it? I think it was ETH mine or ETH pool. It was a certain pool, and basically what it was meant to show was the Ethereum community does not like EIP 1559, the mining community specifically, and we will come together and all switch to this one pool and show that in the event that it needed to be done, the Ethereum mining community can come together and take over the network and overthrow the security of the chain. And that's something, it ended up not really going anywhere in the end, which was good, because obviously I don't want to see the Ethereum network get thrown over. But if a lot of people did move, the Ethereum network could be less secure. Now, there are so many people mining Ethereum, and there are so many businesses, not just, there's a ton of people that maybe have, one or two. I would consider myself in this group. I only have maybe 9 or 10 GPUs running, which is still a lot of GPUs, but there are places that have warehouses filled with thousands or tens of thousands of GPUs all mining Ethereum. And well, for me, I can take the maybe $4 a day less in hopes that, Shiba Inu goes up a little bit. A company that's, spending tens of thousands of dollars a day on power probably doesn't want to give up those few dollars per miner. And that's, something that you got to remember as well. While the miners that are small can take those losses a little bit better, there are people that their entire lives are, built around their Ethereum miners, so they're not going to switch. So I don't see it becoming an issue, but that's a good question, and I think it's definitely a possibility. Okay, Low Roller said that Cardano's founder is a big fan of Ethereum Classic, so that's always nice to see as well. But definitely nice to see, big cryptocurrency people, supporting other cryptocurrency chains. So, Mike, I see your comment here, and I see Haywood, welcome to the stream. I see your comments. I'm going to go ahead and turn the music on real quick. I'm going to take a quick break and go grab something to drink. We'll be continuing here for, as long as people are active. So we're about half hour in here. So just a quick break here. So, if you want to go get something to eat or something like that, feel free. I'll be back in maybe 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm back. So sorry about that there. Just had to go grab a drink and all that. But like I said, I was a little bit, you know, not quite as prepared for the stream tonight. But hopefully we can continue. And like I said, I have no problem going as late as everybody wants to talk. So to the 6 people that did stick around for that brief break there, I appreciate it. And we can kind of get going here. So let's see, we left off on Mike. Also, do you think the crypto would outperform the S&P over long term? What's your ideal portfolio ratio between stocks and crypto? That's a really interesting question because, you know, stocks and crypto, they go together. They're very similar, but they're not the same. And, you know, having crypto in your portfolio, I think, is definitely something you want to do compared to having, you know, just stocks. You know, it's always nice to have diversification in your investments, whether it's all stocks, you want to diversify companies, or if you're looking to invest in stocks and real estate, or stocks and commodities like oil, gold, copper, stuff like that. You know, the portfolio ratio, I think, is something that's going to be different for everybody. Crypto is significantly more risky than stocks. And with that, less people want to invest in crypto right up front. You might take $10,000 and say, hey, Apple Inc., they make the phones, computers, all of that. They are a good company. I know what they do. They perform consistently. They report their earnings that, by law. They, maybe they had a really good quarter and, they released a great new iPhone or something like that. You're going to see the stock price go up. And that's more consistent over time. So with that, people are more willing to invest in stocks, whereas with crypto, you see Bitcoin, it was $32,000 2 weeks ago. It might have been lower. And then 2 months before that, it was in the $64,000 range. There's not a stock that I know of that goes from an all-time high, even on a smaller scale. Say, it was $30, and then it, in a month, crashed to, 15, and then back up to maybe $20, and then all of a sudden it was back up again to 26, and it was getting closer, and it, all over in just a very short span of time. That's something that you see a lot, in crypto, but not so much in stocks. So, for me, I got started in crypto before I got started in the stock market. So my portfolio in crypto, if you look at it in USD, is larger than my portfolio in stocks. That's just how it's worked out. I've been building up my stock portfolio slowly. That's, just kind of how it's been set up in my situation. A lot of people are going to be the other way around. So, you got to kind of come up with that number on your own. Come up with, what are you willing to spend? I would say if you're looking to invest $100,000 or, insert whatever number you're looking to insert there, I would say 5 to 10% is a good number to start with crypto. If you really think crypto's going to do good, put more in. And, there's a chance that crypto's going to do a lot better. I think over time is a really hard one to calculate to, track with the S&P because, Bitcoin traded sideways for, a couple years, up and down here and there. Didn't give much gains, didn't give much losses. That's considered a good investment, a very safe investment. But then all of a sudden, Bitcoin jumped hundreds of percents upon hundreds of percents and way outperformed the S&P this year. No matter what you look at, where Bitcoin started this year compared to where the S&P started, by the end of this year, unless something catastrophic happens, Bitcoin outperformed the S&P. But if you look at that in 2018, my guess is it didn't. So, and that's just a guess. I did not check that, but that's kind of my thoughts on it. So hopefully that kind of helps a little bit. But so let's see. You said 10 years. That's a really hard one. Looking at companies. Oh, wait a minute. I'm a little bit behind on the chats from a little bit of a break there. But Haywood said Tron chain looks attractive as blockchain's supremely low cost of entry. That's a really good one. Tron's got a lot of use and they got the dApps and smart contracts and stuff like that. So, Tron, I think, has a lot of potential, especially at 7 cents a coin. When I first was really into Tron back in 2019, I think it was 2018, 2019, Tron was a big coin that I used. I played a lot of the dApps and the games and stuff like that, and used it every day, all day. I don't know what fees they were making off of me, but I definitely supported, personally. I wasn't even doing many YouTube videos about it. I really enjoyed the games that they had on some of the Tron dApp sites. So, that was my personal decision, and, I ended up not walking away with much Tron, but hey, I had fun. Sometimes that happens in crypto. But yeah, no, I agree, Haywood. Tron is definitely cool. And then Mike, you said that's such a good point. Appreciate your insight. What's your price prediction on ETH in the long term? Long term, 10 years, that's, I don't really like doing price predictions that far out. I could easily see with EIP 1559 and ETH 2.0 coming $10,000 plus within the next year. I would say even within the next few months before the end of 2021, for sure the next year. But the thing that is worrying is we are going to hit another bear market. When that is, I don't know. It might already be here. I don't think it's already here. I think we're going to have one more good run, as we've talked about. It might start in January or February or March. It might go through till September or October of next year. I don't know, but we will hit another bear market. And Ethereum might fall back down below, $2,000, below $1,000, depending on how bad it is. I don't think that's likely, but it's definitely possible. And during the next bull market, because, as we're going to have another bear market, we will have another bull market, and I think it'll probably be in a few years when Bitcoin halves again, and then a year or so later. So, we're going to have another bull market, and by then, Ethereum 2.0 will have been in effect for a while. It's going to be staking. There's going to be a lot of burnt Ethereum. I think we could easily see, if Bitcoin is, $250,000 to $500,000, I think we could easily see a $50,000 Ethereum. That's very far in the future, though. When Bitcoin's a lot harder to get, maybe there's a lot more money in cryptocurrency overall. That's possibly way down the road. So, I don't know. 10 years from now, maybe $50,000 to $100,000, maybe more, maybe less. It's hard to say. As above, so below said, for me, learning the basics on Tron due to being able to mine a lot of BTT with CPUs before the swap to Litecoin and exit. That's a really good point. Mining some of these smaller coins, and that's why I really like unmineable, because it allows you to mine coins that you can't really mine. It's kind of fake mining. You can't mine Shiba, you can't mine BTT, but unmineable allows you to mine a different algorithm. They convert it for you and pay you out. You're obviously not getting the full amount, but hey, for certain situations, it really does apply, and it's really nice. So, yeah, being able to mine some of those cheaper coins and learn about what's going on and what you're interested in crypto is always really good, because, there's so much in crypto, and there's so much on this channel that isn't covered. And, it's just because I'm the only person that runs the channel. I'm the only one that does the videos, the editing, the recording, all of that. There are just some things in crypto that don't interest me as much that might interest some of my viewers, and unfortunately it's almost impossible to sit down and learn everything about crypto. There's so much programming to it, there's so much advertising, teamwork, stuff like that. What teams can do to build a cryptocurrency up better. I have no idea, if I was to start a crypto, how to get a team together and what we would do with it. That's just something that I don't know about crypto. My channel is more guided towards how can people make money with crypto and use it to their advantage, and use it as an asset versus, using it as something that they lose money in. So, that's kind of what the goal of this channel is for. But but then again, as above, so below says here, then Doge from CoinPot helped me up and into a lot of other good positions and messed those up. I got Shapeshift, Airdrop, and at this point have enough XP and non-NPC characters now. So much would be nicer. Yeah, so that's definitely really cool as well. CoinPot faucets were really, really good. Those were a great chain of faucets that you can use, and I think they messed it up when they started doing that membership thing with their CoinPot token. And it was really, if you invested, I think at the time, it was about $600 and purchased CoinPot tokens and held them. That would get you right around, I think, 5 million CoinPot tokens, and they would give you, I think it was something crazy like 48% interest on that many CoinPot tokens. Yeah, that's a great investment. 48% on $500, that's great, but you can't sustain that kind of return. And I think what they messed up with was that barrier of entry was way too low. You might talk to someone and say, well, $500 is way too much, but in the big picture, if you were, almost everybody should take a deal, and you should almost always be able to come up with the $500 if you are getting offered 48% a year. That's an incredible amount of return. So they just couldn't sustain it, and I think that's ultimately what killed them, but I wasn't part of the team, so I don't know what it was. So we missed them, but as above, so below said random Satoshi Diggy farm is good. Yeah, I've heard of that one, and then MIB Miner lets you mine MIB coins with 4.4 phones, still can get into XRP and USDT profit. So yeah, that's really good too, using different cloud mining sites. I wish I could do more videos on cloud mining sites, but there's just so many that are scams now that it's really hard to tell. And the last thing I want to do is mention a scam site here on the channel and then have someone go put in money, whether that's $5 or $500. If I promoted a scam, unfortunately it happens. It happened on the old channel, it's happened on this channel. You just can't, you never know what's going to be a scam and what isn't. And that's unfortunately something you got to deal with, but I just try and test out the sites, and there's one that I did a video on that I'm going to be doing a payment proof video on soon here, so hopefully it's paying and all that, but you just got to be kind of careful. Household said, hello, fellow kings. Hello to you. Nice to see you here. Welcome to the stream. It's nice to see some new names, and it looks like we've still got 10 people online here, so thank you so much to everybody who has shown up and supported the channel both tonight on the live stream as well as if you've been here subscribed and liking videos. We've been growing the channel really well, and this stream has been one of the more successful ones that I've done. So thank you so much to everybody. It does mean a lot to be able to kind of get back into the groove and have a good audience here on YouTube to talk to cryptocurrency, talk about cryptocurrency with. So again, if you want to support the channel further, there's the memberships as well as the super chats. Any support in that area is greatly appreciated. So Mike's oh wait a minute, I skipped a bunch, but Low Roller said Tesla is like Bitcoin, and that is very true. Tesla is a very volatile stock. I think in the long run, having it's going to be a good idea. And I think that's the same with Bitcoin. You're going to get cryptocurrency stocks that go all over the place, cryptocurrencies that go all over the place. And then there's stock public companies that go all over the place too. Tesla's up like crazy and then it falls down and goes back up. But, I think what Tesla's doing, if they can figure out how to scale it better, and if Tesla figures out how to either reuse and successfully recycle old batteries out of their cars, or re-energize them so that they are good, it's over. Tesla's gonna take over the electric car market. I think gasoline cars still have a place, and they're not going anywhere for a long time, if ever. But if they figure that one key piece out of what to do with the old batteries, that would be the best company to hold. And I do have, I think, 2 shares of Tesla. That's all I could get at the time, but I think that's what I have. So Hazam or Hamza said, how much BTT will you hold for the next bull run? I think I have just under 600,000 BTT. That's what I think. I'm not sure. It depends on how much I mined. I don't remember. So Household said I won't sell until it gets to 300,000. Household, if you're still here, is that Bitcoin or BTT? Because if BTT gets to 300,000, we're all going to be having a really big party. Mike said, wow, yeah, thanks for the detailed response. Makes sense. Do you have a favorite cryptocurrency project? That's a really hard question because there's so many crypto projects that I've looked at, and then there's, a good number that I've been invested in and, want to see do well. Of course, there's Bitcoin and there's Litecoin, there's Dogecoin. I've always had Dogecoin. I've always used Dogecoin, and now that it's gotten, much bigger, I want to see Dogecoin do really well. Not just for the meme and the joke, but to prove that, yes, it was a joke, and to prove that cryptocurrency really isn't just a game. You can make some serious money in it, and there's a lot of people that already did make a lot of money with Dogecoin. And I think, if Dogecoin continued to go up in value and do really good, I think we would see a lot more people say, you know what, cryptocurrency, I gotta take a second look at it. Maybe it's a lot more lucrative than I thought. Because there's a lot of people on, CNBC and Wall Street that think cryptocurrency is not where it's at. Stick with stocks, stick with the 7 to 10% in the S&P, and you'll be good. Put it in your 401k and your IRA, you'll be good. Cryptocurrency could make 3 times as much as a lifetime of IRA or 401ks. That's something you got to think about. Cryptocurrency could blow all of that out of the water if you find the right coin. And I think Dogecoin has the potential to do that, but now that it's 23 cents, the barrier of entry is a little bit higher, so you got to find something like BTT. That's a really good project. Shiba Inu, again, I would really like to see that one do well, just because people think it's not real. It's a joke because of the dog and the meme and everything like that. I'd really like to see that one do something well. But that's kind of my thoughts on it. But favorite that I could pick out, probably I don't know. There's a lot of them. But Mike, you then said I agree with you. If BTC falls below that 28K support, that would be the next bear market. However, the next next bear market could probably be the last bear market to buy crypto for cheap. And hey, you could have said that exact same thing in 2018 when it crashed out. That could have been the last time. And it depends on where the all-time high is set is what's going to determine what people think is cheap. If Bitcoin finishes the year at $250,000, people are going to think $100,000 Bitcoin is cheap. An $80,000 Bitcoin is cheap. Because it has the potential to go to $250,000. It did it before. Why can't it do it again? And that, I think, is what's going to determine what is cheap and what is not. And, you just got to go from there. So, that's a really hard one to guess, too. But as above, so below said, yeah, Shiba is pretty good. Can send it straight into KU coin also. So, Shiba's got a lot of uses, and as they develop their Shiba swap a little bit further and make it a little clearer and everything, I think as people use that and burn some of the Shiba coins, I think for them to do something really good, they have to burn some, because there's just too many Shiba coin for it to really go anywhere. Taking a look here, Shiba has circulating supply of 394 billion Shiba. That is crazy amount. So this is 100,000 million, right? Yeah, million, billion, trillion, 1 quadrillion Shiba. Now, yeah, there's only 394,000 or billion. Oh, wow. That's an interesting number. 394,000 billion. That's a lot circulating, but that's not all of them. So, I think Shiba, it made it up to this, 0.000035. We're sitting here with, a whole extra 0 and then still below there. So if this got up to, 3 and then 5 again, you're making quite a bit if you bought in right now. So Shiba's got some potential, but let's see here. Mike said, oh, I missed the CoinPot and Moon and Bonus Bitcoin glory. Bonus Bitcoin was a great faucet. They, if you use that site right, you could make a lot of Bitcoin on Bonus Bitcoin. I miss them. There's been some good faucets over the years, but I was pretty shocked when CoinPot went down and then took the Moon faucets with them, because CoinPot came after the Moon faucets. I don't know how long you've been using them, Mike, but way back when it was Moon Bitcoin, Moon Litecoin, and Moon Dogecoin. There was no Cash, Dash, or I thought there was another one. Maybe not, but it was those three, and they all paid directly to your wallet. There was no CoinPot, and Bonus Bitcoin must have been owned by the same guys as the Moon sites, but it was not part of like a micro wallet like CoinPot was. So when CoinPot came around, and it made it a lot easier to use the sites, but from there it never really, obviously they closed down, so something went wrong. But and then as above so below said Moon faucets were lit, then Coin Roller Infinite, lol. Yeah, that's cool as well. You just got to be careful with your strategies on there. And then as above so below said electric cars more expensive probably to fix. I'm thinking at least until they release some better technology for it. That's very true as well. The electric cars are different. I would say they're different, and they're more expensive because they're more specialty right now. But at the same time, with the knowledge that I have about an electric car, it's actually probably a lot easier to fix because there's a lot less moving parts. In a regular combustion engine, you have a ton of stuff going on in there. Whereas, yeah, you've got the motors, you've got the batteries, and then of course you have your traditional suspension, your steering, stuff like that. If a motor goes bad, in most cases, you just scrap the motor and buy a new one. And that's most cases. I don't know if that's the same as, many other cases. I've got more motor experience in other areas than cars, but that's what I'm used to. So there's that. But as above, so below said, you can buy some really interesting things with Dogecoins now. That's really true. There were a lot of companies that hopped on the bandwagon of Dogecoin because of how much news and how much press it was getting. Dogecoin was getting hit by every major news network, plus it was trending on Twitter and, Facebook and YouTube and all that because it was doing so well and it was crazy. So companies saw, hey, I'm going to take this random risk with this cryptocurrency that they probably never heard of and say, sure, I'm going to sell an air purifier, call it Air Doge for $300 in Dogecoin, and I'll even screen print a picture of a dog on it, and people are going to buy it. Maybe I'm going to sell a few of them, but what they were really getting was a ton of free advertising for taking the risk of accepting Dogecoin. Because, you turn around and you see, oh, CNN's talking about Dogecoin again, and this weird company that's accepting it. Oh, Tesla might start accepting Dogecoin. Tesla just got a huge shout out. So that's what was really cool about it. And I think cryptocurrency has the power to do that for all businesses if they started accepting it. Maybe not something as small as your local, food truck accepting Dogecoin, but, bigger businesses that are more known. If smaller companies, even something, I'm trying to think of like a company that might be, big enough to be known, around the world, but still very, very small compared to something like Tesla. I can't really think of a good example of that. But, cryptocurrency has a lot of power, especially online, and it's got a huge following, on Reddit and YouTube and Coin Talk forums and Twitter and stuff like that. So it's cool. It's a good community, and I think, like I said before, I think if the right regulations were put into place, cryptocurrency would be a huge asset both to everyday people and to corporations and government and everything like that. It would be a huge asset. Now, completely unregulated, yeah, there could be some issues. I think it would work better completely, but I don't think we'll get that. So, the right ones, I think, is what we need to be careful with. So, Mike, you said, yeah, I agree with you on Doge. Now it takes so long to claim one Doge from a faucet. BTT and Shiba might be next to keep an eye on. And exactly, you can't always invest in all the small little coins that are cheap. But as Mike said there, it's so hard to claim, one full Dogecoin on a faucet now. Well, go back to this time last year. You could have probably earned 1 to 10 Dogecoins on certain faucets in a day, easily. That was, say you were getting 10 Dogecoin a day, that was $2 that you were earning from that if you saved it till right now. You didn't sell when it was 50, 60, 70 cents, then it was even more. You never know what's going to happen, and that's what really, it makes me, I wouldn't say mad, but, kind of sad that people don't see it, I guess, the same way that I do is, yeah, the faucet might be paying you 5 cents to go on and click a button. That's not a ton of money. You're not going to get rich off of that. But if you took that coin and you held it and you waited for a bull market, that 5 cents that you claimed maybe per hour could turn into 50 cents an hour or $1 an hour, depending on how high it went, if you just did it over time. And for me, I don't mind going on a faucet, clicking a button, taking a few times, and calling it a day. That to me, yeah, it takes a few minutes. Not a huge deal for me. I don't mind going and taking my time and hoping that coin goes up in the future. I would so much rather go on a faucet, take a few minutes out of my day and click that button than take the risk of throwing $100 into the coin. That's my opinion. I still would invest in the coin, but that's kind of my thought behind it. So everybody's got their own opinions. But Mike said also, do you invest crypto in any IRAs like a Roth IRA? I do not. I've never looked into it. I know it's possible, but in my, I guess I'll say my personal situation, all of my crypto is just, I'll say like freelanced. It's in my own power, not in a traditional financial exchange like Fidelity or Schwab or anything like that. It's done through the way that crypto was created, peer to peer. It's not in a big corporation. And I have no reason to go out and say, well, I want to put $100 into Bitcoin in an IRA. I already have $100 in Bitcoin in my regular just Bitcoin tips crypto life. So I haven't, and I have never looked into it, and I don't really plan to. I don't have anything against it, but you know, I would say to that, if you are doing that, it's different in the IRAs and the retirement accounts because there's penalties for withdrawing. But if you are going to invest in crypto through a bigger corporation, whether it's Robinhood or Fidelity or Schwab or E-Trade or Ally, anything like that, make sure that the crypto is yours. If the crypto is not yours, that can cause issues. And what I mean by that is if you go in and you buy $100 worth of Bitcoin from, say, Fidelity, if they don't allow you to withdraw that out to a personal cryptocurrency wallet, whether it's, you know, Exodus, Atomic, Crypto.com, anything like that, that is not your cryptocurrency. And, you know, that's just kind of, that's something that I would look for in investing. And that's with, you know, 5-6 years of cryptocurrency experience. You know, if I went to an exchange and, you know, it said, yeah, you can put your crypto on here, you can exchange it, but you're just holding that, you know, say you go from Bitcoin, you can deposit Bitcoin, you can withdraw Bitcoin, and you can exchange it into Dogecoin. But that Dogecoin, you can't withdraw it. It's only on the site. You can't do anything with it. I'm not using that site because I want to take my Dogecoin off your site in case something happens to your computer. If it's their server that gets hacked and you lose it, there's nothing you can do. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. But as above, so below said, I used to get almost 1,000 BTT a day with 2 old i7 CPUs before it went up. But now we have Shiba, though. Yeah, hey, Shiba could be really good as well. You know, I think if you hold on to Shiba for the next little while, you know, that might be a few months, a few years, eventually Shiba will do well. You know, they have a really good team. They got the swap, and I think they'll continue to develop upon that and make it better. But you know, I think that's got a lot of potential. The more you can get now, the better. And especially, you know, mining on unminable and stuff like that, using old CPUs, that's a great use. Instead of throwing your computer away when you get a new one and having it, you know, rot in a landfill and cause pollution, hey, you're taking a risk. You're saving the earth a little bit using some power, but at least you're not leaching, you know, lead into the earth and stuff like that. But hey, definitely still a really cool idea. Shiba makes about 7,000 or 8,000 Shiba a day with one i7 laptop. That's not bad. You know, it'll take you a while to get to their payout limit of, I think it's 600,000 now, but hey, you've got to start, and at least in that case, you have them. If it starts to go up in value, you know, maybe you could go to mining rig rentals and rent a rig for $5 for the day and push that over the limit so you can get it sent to your wallet. So definitely a really cool site. I really like Unminable. Mike, you said, as for the Senate bill, have you heard if crypto will survive the regulation and control being talked about? I don't know too much about it. I don't look at a lot of the news apart from crypto news, and I haven't seen much on that. So, you know, it's going to depend, because a lot of, you know, over the years of me being in crypto, I've seen a lot of these things. It's like, if this happens, you know, it's the death of crypto. And then whatever was being talked about happens, but it happens slightly different than what was expected. And I think this happens a lot in the government, not just crypto related, where, you know, to get it to pass, they got to make a change. And that change takes something that was really bad and makes it not so bad. Not great, but not terrible. So it's going to depend on what actually gets passed and see what happens there. But as above, so below said, I think cryptos will survive regulations because American companies will probably register themselves outside the U.S. and continue their coin. That's a really interesting point. I had never thought about it that way. But with that being said, that's a good strategy, but you're not going to see everyday people doing that. You know, companies I think what'll happen is there's going to be a ban on mining, or strict regulation on mining, or they're going to try and make it to the point where you have to pay taxes on it, and it's so complicated that nobody wants to do it. That's my guess is what's going to happen, because especially in a place like the U.S., you can't just get rid of that. That would cause too much chaos and too much this isn't freedom type of protests and stuff like that. At least in my opinion, that's what I think would happen. But definitely definitely an interesting take. And then as above so below said, I feel like an IRA in crypto is the government trying to sneak you to give your token. And that's true as well. It's more regulated, but for people who aren't looking for all the complications of opening an exchange, like an atomic wallet exchange address and depositing from your credit card and doing that, maybe they're used to their Fidelity dashboard or something like that. It makes it really easy. So it's not the worst way to get exposure, but in my opinion, it's not the best. That's, again, my opinion of learning crypto when there was, maybe a few hundred altcoins, not thousands upon thousands, and the ERC20 tokens. That was never a thing when I first started crypto. So, definitely changes a lot, and, those ways of investing make it really easy to get exposure to crypto. And Mike, you said exactly, Roth IRA allows you to enjoy gains tax-free as long as the deposit was taxed. But there's real issue of not holding your keys or being able to withdraw, so there's the risk. Yeah. And that's, I haven't done much research on it because it's never really applied to me or been interested to me, but you'd have to figure out how they're doing that and who owns it and what they're doing if they're not giving you the keys to withdraw. How are they securing that? And a lot of these places are huge financial, big companies that move a lot of money around, and I would be really surprised if people were trying to break into them for the crypto that they have versus the hundreds and millions, possibly billions and trillions of dollars that they are moving around. Some of these companies are so big and have so many clients, that altogether your little crypto that maybe is, $100,000, which maybe to you is a ton of money, to someone trying to break in and steal from a probably over $1 trillion money pool. Your $100,000 is not much, so it's still a concern. But and the Roth IRAs allow you to enjoy those tax-free gains, which is a big plus. If you make a few good investments, you save a lot on capital gains. You just have to wait for it. So definitely an interesting way to look at it. But as above, so below said, one thing I was wondering is self-made crypto wallet out of an SSD or hard drive better than a ledger because it's not connected to a company. That is possible. I'm not sure. That would be a really interesting idea. What I would do if you were planning on doing that, I would get a brand new, maybe, it depends on how secure you want to make it. You could go out and you could go and buy a pre-built computer, or even better, you could build your own computer, pull it out of the box, turn it on, set it up, Windows, all of that, never connect it to the internet. You never plug in Ethernet. If it has Wi-Fi, disconnect the Wi-Fi antennas, don't enable them, all of that. Install, you can't even get wallets installed. See, that's where it gets really confusing, is you got to be really sure, because somehow you got to get your wallet downloaded onto that computer. Because really, I think the main concern is having it connected to the internet, because that's where the viruses can come from, and that's where hackers can get in, is your connection to the internet. If a computer is never connected to the internet, it has no way of getting a virus if you just pulled it out of the box and used it. As soon as you plug a flash drive into it, there's a chance that it has a virus. As soon as you plug in an external hard drive, possibly even a mouse, those wireless mice, if you get the wrong dongle or, someone had tampered with it, there's a chance. It's very, very, very small, especially if it's brand new, but there's a chance. So, you know, you got to kind of come up with a creative way. But yeah, the more secure you can make it, the better. But I wouldn't be so much as concerned of, you know, having a Ledger or a Trezor wallet because it's a big company. I would be more concerned of I'm plugging my device into a computer that's connected to the internet. That's my take on it. And Mike said, yes, I agree with you on the IRA not being as secure as holding your keys. Currently, which faucet sites are you using with the faucet collector bot? Right now, my bot is not running because the computer I have it run on was having issues to where it wasn't able to run. It's an older laptop, so I was going to swap an SSD into it, but I haven't had time. And really, it's, you know, not using it to its full potential, but I mainly just use faucet collector on there. Because a lot of the other faucets require having like the 2 CAPTCHA or, you know, one of those robot program solving things. So mainly I'm usually just using the faucet collector bot, but I have expanded out and used like Cointoply and some of the sites on the list of the ones that faucet collector gives you. And I'm not sure which ones, just because they're not faucets that I've ever really used personally. You know, I've had the bot use them, but I've never done it myself. And that's what I really like about the faucet collector, is it gives you a ton of scripts for sites that are out there. So yeah, Cointoply, Free Bitcoin, Mellow Ads, I tried, didn't have too much luck with it, but again, you know, it worked. I just prefer the ones, you know, if you can get them without the little robot things, you make a lot more. And Free Bitcoin, I have my Satoshis built up from playing the games on there, so it's actually really, really profitable, especially since I don't have to do the robot thing. So that's why I really like that one, but as above, so below said, my concern is Ledger locking my coins and forcing me to do KYC. I don't want to be scanned by government. That's a really good point as well. You know, I didn't think about that one, but man, I don't know if they'd be able to do that. I guess I don't know how I don't know how they run their company. I never looked into them, but that's a really interesting point. You'd have to figure out how to. I guess if you're going with that one, what you could do: take your computer, you know, do a virus scan, plug in a new SSD, put the wallet on there, send your coins, and then what you can do is just pop that SSD out of your computer, sit it in a safe, a fireproof box, whatever. And then you just, if you have the addresses, you can just send, and then whenever you have to sell or withdraw, you just plug that SSD back in. That's essentially what a hardware wallet is. The thing is with the hardware wallets is they run a custom OS or have almost no OS, so it's very hard to infect them with a virus, at least traditionally. But that's kind of what a hardware wallet is. And if you're looking to avoid that, I think that would work really well for you. So Mike, you said, yeah, I was going to ask, how do you increase your faucet payouts on Free Bitcoin? It's a very easy question to answer, but it's hard to answer on YouTube. YouTube, I think that was part of the reason the old channel got deleted, was because I showed different ways to do that. On Free Bitcoin, the second tab in is a game. Go on there, and the more you play that game, the more your free faucet rolls will go up. The same thing, you know, I mean, I can show the site on here. Let's do this. So I have it open right here. So, again, I don't want to say anything that could possibly get the thing to flag it, but this tab right here and this tab, you come under here, and this first one right here. By using these is how you increase it. It talks about it right here in this section. Your bonus will be added, and the more you play the games on here, the more faucet bonus you will go up. Unfortunately, I can't show this on the stream or in videos because I think that was part of the reason why the other channel got deleted, but hopefully that makes sense. If you have more questions about it, send me a message on Discord. I'd be happy to talk more about it on Discord. But, yeah, that's how. And then, Mike, you said I've been just on the faucet for 6+ months, and my payout is still 2 Satoshis per hour. Yeah, so you do have to take some risks, play the games, get that to build up over time. I've been using that site for 6 years, so, you know, playing the games and stuff has built up over time. I haven't touched those in a long time. I will put it out there, you know, you're probably going to lose some Bitcoin building that up. That's just kind of how it goes, and that's why I don't really play with them much. Hopefully that helps. Again, send me a message on Discord if you want more specifics. And then as above, so below said, yeah, that's my fears, that a project, yeah, that's a project I want to try as an external SSD crypto wallet for long-term storage. Yeah, let me know how that goes. I'd be interested because, it shouldn't be too hard. If you have a main, like, OS drive in your computer, you just buy, like, you only need, like, a 32 gig or 64 gig SSD. That might only be $20, $30. You can just pop that in your computer, write everything to it, and then pop it out, throw it in your safe or fireproof box or something, and then, you just got to be careful with the keys and everything. You lose the SSD, it breaks, anything like that, you're in trouble. So that's, you just got to be careful with that. But, and then Shadow2993, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you here. Have you heard of the, I'm going to mispronounce that, Alipol hardware wallet? If so, what's your opinion? I've had one for about a year, and I think it's great. I have never actually heard of that brand specifically, but what I will do is search it. Okay, so it kind of looks similar to almost like a phone. That's kind of interesting. Let's see here. Air gap, completely connection free against all remote attacks. Anti-tamper software, trustless trust. I'll have to do a little bit more research on it because, oh, okay, hot and cold wallet. That cold wallet's really cool. Air gap, feel incredibly secure as your keys are protected in a fully isolated environment. That's kind of interesting. Sites or companies like this that make it a little bit harder because I don't know if you have to have this second device before it'll actually even let you send. Let's see here. So, yeah, so it's got a cold wallet. Huh. That's really interesting. I'll have to look into it. And you said you've really enjoyed it. So, hey, that's something that I really like to see. If you're seeing a company and then there's someone who's actually used it, that's so much better than just being on a site and saying, it looks really good, here's the price, all that. But if you've had a really good opinion on it, that's cool. I'll have to see if I can get one or check it out. But that's definitely really, really cool. So let's see here. Let's see. So, Household, you said you're here. Welcome. Nice to see you here back in the chat, but I was just enabling a few things here on the stream. Looks like we've been going for about almost an hour and a half, so definitely a successful stream here. So we'll probably get ready to wrap this up. My voice is starting to get a little bit sore here, but like you said, sounds good. I appreciate it. I'll follow up with you on Discord. Yeah, I know you've sent me some messages before on Discord, Mike, so yeah, I'll look for it. I'm usually only on Discord towards the end of the day, but I will get back with you, within 24 hours of you sending the message. So yeah, definitely let me know, and I can give you more details and more tricks and stuff like that. But as above, so below said, yeah, I want one of those air gap touchscreen crypto wallets. They look pretty awesome. I want to collect all the wallets and also make your own SSD. But yeah, the SSD wallet would be really cool. And these look cool. I like that they kind of look like a phone. They're touchscreen. They got the air gap and all that. That would be cool as well. I'll have to look into this because I think it said it was only a few $100 maybe buy now. $139. That's not terrible. It's a lot for a crypto wallet. Of course, you're paying for, the security and all that, but, I'd prefer it to be, is the gold more? Oh, it's actually not. I'd prefer it to be a little cheaper, but, it's not terrible. 40 blockchains and 100,000 tokens, so, but yeah, I see, Shadow said it comes with everything you need to send and receive. QR codes for verification, so it's never actually connected to the internet. That's really cool. That I like. But as above, so below said, I saw one of those air gap touchscreen ones last year waiting for people to review them. So yeah, I'll have to look and see if there's any reviews on YouTube because I have not heard of this one specifically, but I have seen other ones similar. Just not this one exactly. but still looks really cool. And Mike said, of course, thanks for the stream. Appreciate the great content. Really enjoying the channel. Happy to see it grow along with Bitcoin's price. Glad I found your channel back in the day. Yeah, well, I'm glad you've been here to support the channel. I know you were fairly early on the new one here, but, you know, it's definitely nice to be getting back, you know, into the flow with a good audience and everything. And you know, I have the Discord. It's in the link of all the descriptions of the videos. Unfortunately, the Discord isn't super active, but I'd love to get it more active. So if anybody has any ideas or suggestions on how to boost the Discord, you know, participation and stuff like that, definitely let me know, because we have, you know, a couple thousand people over there, but there's almost no activity. At 2,400 people, very little activity. So if anybody has any ideas, I'm always open to hear, especially, you know, not just Discord, also YouTube. I've said this in previous streams, you know, if there's anything you ever want to see a video on, leave suggestions in the comments, message me on Discord, stuff like that. You know, I'm always interested to see what you guys are interested in. You know, I can come up with the ideas myself and think, oh, this is cool, but, you know, if it's not cool to the viewers here, then what's the point? But, as above, so below said, yeah, the air gap ones that have a camera so you can scan QR codes to a laptop with easily. Yeah, that's cool. They have sales all the time. Oh, $79. I'll have to keep an eye out for that. That's definitely cool as well. And you want to, I want to search and see if they'll let me buy some ETH. Yeah. And then Mike, you said if any ideas come up, you'll let me know. But cool. Well, thank you for the support. Again, everybody, this was a really successful live stream tonight. So we've gone for about an hour and 24 minutes right now, but I think I'm going to wrap it up here. So make sure you're subscribed. Check out the videos. We're always doing daily videos, and, you know, roughly every week we do a live stream. Sometimes I miss it by a few days, but hopefully here in the next few weeks we'll be on a more secure schedule, at least for live streams, and maybe get back to doing 2 a week, one for like mining stats and stuff. But again, thank you guys so much for supporting the channel, and if you did want to support further, there's always the channel memberships with the join button, and there's the super chats here on the live streams. But anything in that area is greatly appreciated, and makes videos like reviewing hardware wallets and crypto mining hardware a lot more possible. You know, like many, crypto is just a hobby for me right now, so any extra amount from YouTube always helps with the hardware wallets where you got to spend a good amount of money to make a video. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming to the stream today. I hope to see you guys in the next one, and I hope you guys are enjoying the channel. Have a nice night. Bye.